I'm sending you this video. We're going to change your takeaway. We can't have this takeaway.
Yeah.
Watch. The club gets behind your hands. See how the club goes inside?
Yeah.
That's no good.
Okay.
Nobody does that that's any good. Let me show you what everybody does. This is just one of many people I'll show you, but this is Webb Simpson. The club head stays on the shaft plane. Shaft plane's the lower line. He goes a little bit under the shaft plane. Alright. Justin Rose. See how that stays in the cone? That's more what I want you to do. Your club gets to the inside and then you lift. You lift it. See how you have to lift?
Yep. Well, that lesson was just horrible.
That's all right, but that's your swing. I hate to say it. It's not going to change that much from that.
All right, so rather than coming back here, we're more
straight backing up. Your
here.
hands are a little bit too far behind you on the takeaway. They get behind you inside a little too much.
Okay.
So look, we got to get from here. Your hands are going to be right there. See where his hands are? They're a little bit above his head.
Right.
Well, you don't do that. For your build, when your hands are, if your arms were shorter than your height, if your wingspan was less than your height,
yep,
you should have a flat swing. But your club, you see how your head's tipping forward and dipping into the ball a little bit? That's because you take it inside. The more you go in, the more your head's going to dip forward.
Okay.
So that's all we're going to do is we're just going to change your takeaway. It's got to go straighter back.
Okay.
And more up.
That makes sense.
The goal is to look like this on the takeaway. The shaft should be almost, the club head should be just inside the cone. The hand should be inside the cone. The golf club should be at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock when it's parallel to the ground. The butt end of the club should look more at the, when the club shaft is parallel to the ground, the end of the club should be pointed pretty much at you. No, that's not it. That's not the takeaway. That's the takeaway. This is the takeaway. That's what it should look like.
Really?
Yeah, really. Yep, we're going steep to shallow. You go shallow to steep. That's why you're over the top. Everybody that goes in and around goes over. See, look, here's your swing plane on the backswing. That's too shallow. Why is that too shallow? Because it's at 47 degrees. Coming down, it's going to be steeper. You go from shallow to steep.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let me teach you how to go from steep to shallow, like tour players. Most guys shallow the club out. They don't get steep on the takeaway. So, as an example, watch this guy. And this I can show you countless people that do this. His club goes back steeper.
Yep.
Okay? That's his backswing's plane when his left arm is parallel to the ground. His club's at 59. Now, when he comes down, it's going to be at 40. So when he comes down, the club is shallower than it is on the backswing.
Yep, I see it.
All right, now, does everybody do that? Everybody that's any good does that. Let me show you. Billy Haas won the FedEx Cup 2010. No, 2012. Here we go. He goes back here, steeper on the backswing. There's a swing plane, 65. Coming down, drops it in. Shallower coming down, 40.
Yep.
All right. Now, here we go. European Tour player. Actually, this guy's actually a club pro. There's his backswing plane. 53. The downswing plane will be about 40. Downswing plane, 45. All right, steep to shallow. That's what we're doing. You go shallow to steep. Okay. Tommy Fleetwood, this guy plays really well in Europe. This was at Whistling Straits. Goes back, club head stays to the outside of his hands or to the right of his hands. There's his backswing plane when the left arm's parallel to the ground. The shaft's here. When he comes back down, he shallows it out. They all do it. Steep to shallow. You go shallow to steep.